Hello, Pooja. Hi, Monica. Hi, Pooja. Let's wait for others. Any doubts in yesterday's class?
No.
Good. 2 more minutes. Guys, let's start. Till yesterday, what we discussed?
Functions.
Okay. Functions means these are SQL functions, not PL/SQL functions. PL/SQL functions are different. Okay. Just we talk about number functions and string functions, right? Yesterday we talked about these two functions actually. Okay. We have some more functions. Analytical functions. Okay. These are very important, but we may use rarely, but concept is very important here actually. Okay. So syntax wise R looks like same only, but difference there is a difference. Okay. We talk about them. So before that, anyone knows this one, pseudo columns? Okay, let me tell you. Sorry?
I think it's a virtual column kind of thing, if I'm not wrong. I don't.
No, actually, these not virtual columns. There are predefined columns. There are some predefined columns like row ID, row num. Okay, these two. May regularly we use these two only, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
let me show you first. Even you write anything, right? Just see here. In EMP, what are the columns we have? Employee number, right? EMP.
We cannot see your screen, sir.
Okay, let me share my screen first. Yeah, sorry. Let me know if you're able to see.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So see here. So EMP number, we have EMP number. Okay. See here, we don't have any row ID column here and row num column here. Okay, these are completely hidden columns, right? Row ID, row ID, see here, what it is showing, what is showing row ID column? It is unique ID, unique identifier. It is kind of a unique identifier. Okay, it will be in alphanumeric format. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
1 minute. Okay, so see here, these are virtual, these are kind of the predefined columns. Okay, you can call as virtual columns also. Okay, we don't know where we ideally those will not have in the table physically, but when you run the query, you can use them actually. Okay, these are completely unique identifiers. Okay, so see here, row ID is always unique actually. Okay, one first record we have this record actually. Okay, you can see this one where row ID equal to this one. Okay, we're getting first record, right? Okay, and I'm going here and row num emp number comma e name from emp. See here, the number is coming 14 records, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6, say 6 7 and until 14 records, right? Total 14 records we have here. Can you guys tell me one thing here? I'm writing a query. So this is the result set. Keep it. Select star from employee where row num equal to 8. What it returns?
It doesn't return anything.
Okay, any answers? Any answers?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
My question is, I write a query like this, select star from employee where row num equal to 8. So what is the result set?
8th record.
8th record. Okay. Any other answers?
Only 8 will show.
Sorry?
Only 8 will show.
Only
Row number 8.
It's going to show one record where the row number equal 8, which
okay.
is scored.
Okay. It doesn't return any records actually. Okay. Because the row num is row num will work on the result set of the table, result set of the data, but it's not unique number to that number to the record actually particularly. You understand? For example, row num equal to 1 will work actually. Okay. And when you try to write greater than 1, it will not work. Okay. Less than or less than 2, it works. One
Yes.
record. 3 will work, but greater than will not work always. Remember this one. Okay. And See here, less than or equal to will work, less than will work, but greater than will not work on row num. Okay, clear? And see, I will show you the difference here. Okay, now I have 14 records here. Okay, my first records are okay. Let me take DPT number 2. Okay, here I don't want this. See here, I have 20, 30, 30, 20. Okay, here now my first record is row number 1 and 7369 and Smith 20. Second record is 7499 Allen 30. Okay, now what is the row number here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, right? Okay, now I'm writing here where DEPT number equal to 30. I'm giving 30. Okay, what I want, these are the 4 columns I want here. Okay, oh,
There are two where.
See here, now again, right, then row number 2 it changed here, and row number 1 also changed here. See the result set here, 1 is Smith, second is Allen, right? But here Allen is first, Ward is second, Martin is third. That means row num will work on the result set of the query. Okay, clear guys? For example, it is the result set is written in 100 records. It will give the row number each record, but those are not standard numbers. Understand here, those are not constant values. Always will vary, right? If query written in 50 records, 15 row number 1 to 50 will be there. If query written in 100 records, 1 to 100 will be there. But those numbers those numbers are not constant always, right? Clear guys?
So it's not unique.
Those are not, no, those are unique, but not constant.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
That completely I always will change the based on the result set criteria. For example, I'm writing for 10th department data. For example, 10th department writing 10 records, 1, 2, 3, 1 to 10 will be there, row number. Okay. The number and record will not, I mean, those are not constant always. Understand this point? Okay. Row ID is always unique for a particular record. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah. So now, what we want to see? So we are talking about analytical functions. Mainly analytical functions, we have more actually. Majorly we'll use rank, dense rank, row underscore number. Okay, mainly we use these 3. Okay, very frequently we'll use these 3. Okay, so just I'm writing the query here. Okay, I'm taking this data. Now tell me what is the difference between rank and dense rank. I will show the data first and then here guys, requirement is I want I want to display the ranking. Okay, rank. I mean, for example, department wise rank. I want to show the rank. That means top salary comes comes first, and lowest salary in the particular department is the lower. Least rank. Okay, for example, 10,000 is the highest salary in the 10th department. That should come on top. We have to display the rank is 1. Clear, guys? I want, for example, I'm giving examples. Don't think these are the constant numbers, okay? And I'm giving some x. Salary is 10,000. Rank is 1, okay? So I'm giving E number, E name, sal, rank, okay? And second one, 1101, AA, 9,000, it is 2. Rank is this one. I want to show this one actually, okay? I want this result set. For that one, what I need to write here is how rank will work, how dense rank will work. I'll show you here, okay? Rank syntax. This is the way we have to write always. Rank over. Now we want department wise, so we have to partition by department number, okay? Order by sal, descending order. You understand, right, guys? Why I'm writing descending order? I want maximum salary first, and second max is second next. Clear, guys? Confusion? Questions? Any doubts?
So we're using order by here.
So see here, I am grouping by department. See, you understand, earlier we wrote group by. You remember that? Similar kind of thing. I am grouping by, I'm partition by is missing here. And here also partition. Order by. Okay, partition by department number, order by salary. Okay, just simply my requirement is each group, each department, I need to see salaries highest to lowest, and for that one I want to give a rank 1, 2, 3 like this actually. Okay, that's the reason I am writing rank function here. This is the rank, it is showing here, right? So department 10, this is 10th department. We have 3 records. 5,000 is coming on top. 240 to 2450 is coming as second, and 1300 is coming as third. Here, guys. See here. And number. So here, 20th department, 3,000, 3,000, 2 times we got it here. Right? But rank is giving only 1 for both the records, having 1 record, but skipping 2 here. Again, 2975 we have to display 2, right? But it's skipping and then going to 3, 4, 5, and then again coming 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4. 5 is skipping here, 6 directly. See here, see the difference. Now same query I'm writing with dense rank. Dense rank also we can write for rank actually. Okay. Guys, too silent. Okay. Dense rank here. Okay. See here. 1, 2, 3, because there are unique values. No matter whatever it is, it's coming as 1, 2, 3 here. And here 1, 1, 1, 1. Here it is 3. Here it is 2. Dense rank will not skip the numbers, ranking numbers, but rank will skip the numbers actually. When we have the same value, skip the next number. Clear, guys? Any questions? Okay. And now I'm going to row number. I'm going to write row number here. And if you want to see lowest value to lowest value first rank and top value coming as last rank, right? Then we can just remove this one, or you can write ascending order also. ASC also you can write it here. See here, 1300 first rank, 2450 second rank, 5000 third rank. Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Now I am writing dense rank, row number, row underscore number. Same way we have to write here. Okay. Number, even partition by, if you don't need partition by also, you can remove that one actually. Even direct order by also will work directly. Okay. Okay. How it works, I'll show you. Wait. Value number. Oh. What's the, oh my God, this one.
Rank.
No. Here, no matter whatever it is, right? Directly it can consider as salary only. Salary order by only. Nothing. It will not consider as department or nothing else, right? Just first department, first salary is 800 coming as first, and this is also rank is coming based on salary, and maybe we have one more record. We are coming as 1 actually directly. It is coming as 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and we need to remove them actually. Otherwise, it will get confused. That's the reason. Okay. We can write that way also. Right. I'm going to write dense row number here. No one. I don't want to write partition by, order by, cell descending order. See here, row number. It's coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will give the number to all the records actually. Okay. But your criteria is clear, right? Row num and row number difference will be there here. Okay. Row num, it will be based on result set, and that is pseudo column. Okay. This is a function based on criteria, data criteria, whatever you are giving salary descending order. So whose salary is greater than, highest salary, that will come on top, and rest of the comes on. The ranking will give like that only. Okay. Clear, guys? Maybe it is bit confusion, but when you are writing the queries, you can understand. Okay, start writing the queries on rank, dense rank, row number, and then ask me questions if you have any. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
This is clear. So we have some more functions, but we will not use right now. And you can write, say, like this also, this condition, right? Even some also we can write this way.
Okay.
Even we can write some, we can write normally, we can write, and even we can write here like this also, over addition by EPT number order by cell. Okay. It is oh, here you shouldn't write like this actually. See here, you can write like this also, sum of salary. Okay. And but the thing is, right, each department, you see here, 10th department 8750, 8750, and 3 times we have, right? Every record is showing here. Okay. And 20th department 1087, 875. And you can write the row count also, count of records also, how many records we are having. But thing is, right, always will show the same number. Okay. Count of over MP number. See here, order by employee number. It is a you go with salary, whatever you want. You can write any criteria. Count of one also you can write like this also you can write. Okay. Ram, did you write like this anytime?
No.
Sometimes we may
No.
require to write like this actually. Counts, right? Sometimes counts you have to write like this. Okay. Clear?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
fine. So these are called analytical functions actually. Okay. So remember this. While practicing, you may have some questions you can ask next class. Okay. And now I want to talk about joins. Okay, let's go to joins. So ideally, how the joins will work, right? When you want to retrieve the data from more than one table. Okay, for example, if you want to get data only employee table, directly you can write select star from employee, or select column names and select column names from employee. We'll write like this actually. But here you want data from multiple tables. Okay, for example, employee record, you want employee record, employee number, employee name, salary, and department name. Okay, department name. Do we have department name in employee table?
No, but we have
Department number. There is
yeah,
a
we
key
have
column.
the foreign key.
There is a key column. There is a key column. Okay. So we have a key column here. so that we need to get department name from department table. Okay, department name we have in department table actually, right? See here, department name is here. So when you want to get department name or location from location from other table to join to show with employee record, okay, then you have to go with joins actually. Okay, how joins will work here? That is the actual purpose of joins here. Okay, so we have different joins here again. Now, right? Different joins. What are they, right? Equijoin, right? When you want matching records, matching. For example, I want employee records which is matching with department, which department member is matching with the department number of department table, and I have to get department name from the department table. That is what my requirement. Okay, let me write the query. See here, first I'll frame the query, then we'll decide it what you want exactly. Okay, from class, what are the tables we want now? What are the tables we want?
Department table.
Employee and a department table, right? DPT.
Yes.
These are the two tables we required. So from class we have to write required tables. Okay, we wrote the department. So we can give some alias names here. Employee for reference purpose. Department D. Okay. Now, what are the columns we want? From employee table, what are the columns we need? From department table, what are the columns we need? That we have to understand first. Okay, requirement. In requirement, I want employee number, employee name, salary, and department name. I want. Okay. So maybe you can have a department number also. Okay. So now here, employee number, which table we have?
Employee table.
Employee table. So what is the reference of employee table? E. E is the reference, right? This alias we gave, right? So E is the reference of employee table. So we want employee number here, okay? And employee name, where it is?
Employee table.
E dot E name.
Name.
E name. Now salary, where it is? Salary.
Employee.
E dot salary.
Yeah.
And the department number, both the tables we have. I want employee table department number. Okay. E dot DPT number and department name, where it is? Department name location,
D.
which table? Okay, sorry.
D dot department D name.
D dot D
D
name and location also will get the location also. D dot location.
Location.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we know what are the table, what are the columns we want, what are the tables we want. We know that we joined. Now we entered everything. Now filter criteria. If you run this one query, what will happen?
It doesn't work.
It works, but what is the issue here? I'll tell you.
It gives everything.
See here. So ideally we have 14 records in the employee table, right? So how many records we have here? 56. That means 14 into 4. Department table we have 4 records, right? 14 into 4. That means every record having 4 times. See here, 7369, 7369, 7369. It is multiplying with department record actually. Got it? This is called Cartesian product. In mathematics, lower class mathematics, we have Cartesian product. Do you remember that? Okay. Fine. 14 into, because we don't have matching criteria here. That is the reason it is Cartesian product. But this is very dangerous. For example, if you are not giving proper condition to this one, sometimes completely, I mean, your query will be stuck, right? For example, if we have millions of records in a table, okay, and two different tables we are joining, but you didn't give proper condition. When you run the query, it takes too much time, right? Then you have to kill the query, and then you have to restart again everything. So that's the reason we have to write join. We have to write joins properly here. Now I'm going to write matching condition here. What is the matching column in this both the tables?
Department number.
Department number. So see, make sure always when you are writing, right, first write child table column equal to parent table column. Follow this rule. Okay. Here,
Yeah.
which is the primary key, which is the foreign key? Department table, department
D
number
dot
what?
department table.
D dot
Primary key.
department number is primary key.
Yes.
Okay. That primary and employee table department name referring to department name, department table, department number. So that we have to refer the employee table referring to department table. So that employee table is child table, department is the parent table. Primary key is always parent table. Understand this point? Okay. So first we have to write child table or parent table.
Parent.
No. Child first and parent next. We have to write that way always.
Okay.
Follow this rule. Even you can write that one, but sometimes it may be problem. Okay.
Okay.
DEPT number equal to D dot
DEPT number.
DEPT number. That's all. See here. How many records we got here? 14 records. Okay. Clark is belongs to accounting department. Location is New York. Okay. Clear, guys? Any issue? Any questions here? So this is the join actually. So you understand, first you have to understand criteria completely. Say what are the columns we need to get from one table and what are the columns we have to get from another table. This is important. And what is the common column for them for both the tables? Okay. That we have to match. Always remember when we have n number of n table joins, I mean from class if we have n tables, joins must be n minus 1 at least n minus 1. For example, if you are joining two tables, at least one join condition should be there in where condition. Common column. Clear, guys? When you're joining three tables, you must have two joins at least. Okay. You are joining three tables and giving one join in where condition. Again, it goes to Cartesian product. Any questions here? No? Okay. This is equijoins. This is calling as equijoins because we are joining with equality operator, so that we can consider as equijoin this one. Okay. And we have some more joins actually. Slowly one by one we'll so equijoin, self join, and outer joins. Okay, these are the joins we have, right? And in equijoin side we have inner joins. Okay, these kind of joins will be there in between that, but we can use them. Some people will use some methodology. Some, for example, I can write this query in different way also. Okay. Okay, see here. Instead of comma, I'm giving join keyword. Join keyword. Join department number on class. On class. There is on class. Okay. When common names we have, we can use on class directly. Okay. You can write this way also. Result is same. Okay.
Question here. So do we have to put in the parentheses like in brackets, or directly we can use on E department number equal to D department number?
I don't think so. You have to write in brackets actually.
Okay.
Oh, it works actually. Okay.
Yeah.
I never tried, but it works. Okay. Usually for my always write, I use this way. You can use this way. And one more condition we have, one more clause also we have, using clause. Right? Using how it is. Even I need to look into this one. I don't. I didn't use frequently, but I look into this one and let you know this one. Okay. So there is a using clause also here actually.
Okay. In the same way, if you are trying to use the three tables, like how can we do that?
Right.
Venu?
Again on condition.
No,
Join.
on only, but suppose if you are using an extra product table, so product has a department number, and do we have to mention like equals to on for everything?
No, not like this actually. That is another way condition actually. So okay. Okay, here right. For example, you have a table called product. PRD, CT. Okay. P. Okay. For example, consider, but definitely this is not correct match actually. Just I am giving example actually. You have to write. So department number, we match the department number with the employee table. We match it here. Now P dot department number, DP number equal to D dot department number. You can write like this also.
Okay.
You can write. You have to write this way only. That means you are joining two tables. Okay. You are joining three tables, and you are giving two joins here. This is one join and this is another join. Remember this.
Okay, but this is for the equals to join, right? But if I'm using like inner join or
again on and condition, you can use the thing.
Okay, on and okay.
And condition you can use it. And on and using clauses will give you more example tomorrow. Okay, but I never use it much actually, but I'll check and then let you know. Okay.
Okay, sure. Which is the best method, Venu, like using equals to or joining keywords?
No matter it is, anything can work actually. Okay. When we have common columns, that is completely our convenient. We can write it Ram actually.
Okay.
Okay. But make sure when you are using where conditions, right? We should have proper indexes and all those things. That is very, very important. And we have more null values in the table. That time it hits the performance sometimes actually. Okay. Those things you have to be careful.
Sure.
And based on filter criteria also, when we go to indexes, right? I'll let you know. I will tell you how it works and all those things.
Okay. Venu, question. So will you be explaining about the hints as well?
Yes.
Or okay. Thank you.
I will do that. When you go to indexes and all those things, right, we'll work on that hints also.
Yeah, sure.
And even if we go in depth, right, we need to talk about external tables and all those things also.
Sure.
These things will cover in PL SQL actually. If I give those examples right now, you guys may confuse.
Okay.
That's what I don't want to make you guys confused.
Okay.
Okay. So here giants. This is the way we have to write the giants actually. Okay. Self join. Self join means, for example, employee is the table. If you join two times employee table, again, I need manager name kind of thing. Okay. That time you need to use self join. That means one table joins two times actually. Okay, employee table joins employee joins with employee table again, right? I will tell you the example. Just to understand this, understand the concept. I will tell you the example. Okay, so self join joins the same table joins again the same table. Employee joins with employee table again, right? This is called self join. Okay, and we have some outer joins actually. Outer joins, three outer joins we have. One is left outer join, right outer join, full outer join. Left outer join is all matching all records from the left table. For example, employee department, consider the employee department department. Left is employee table, right is department table. When you use left join, it will get full records from employee table, only matching records from department table. This is the logic. Okay. And when you go to right join, reverse case, get full records from your department table, matching records from the employee table. Okay. Full outer join, it will combine all the records from employee table, all the records from department table. These three concepts, remember it actually. Okay. Let me tell you some examples here. You guys remember set operators when we talk about set operators?
Yes.
See.
A union B intersection B.
Right. This is a similar kind of concept. This is similar kind of concept actually. So left outer join, what it does, right? It returns full set of records. Okay. Let me explain. I don't know how many people understand here. I'm not understand. I don't know. But if you have any questions, please raise your voice. Okay.
So one question. So we have a keyword for a join and inner join, right?
Yes, we have.
Okay. So what does join return and what is inner join? I know like intersect values, but what does the join return? Like full data?
General join actually. You can use join condition as well just comma. Also you can use it directly.
Okay.
Instead of what we will do it in from class, usually we'll sometimes we'll use comma separated column table names directly. We will not use any keywords like inner join or anything in inner join or join anything else. Just we'll give the commas and all those things, right? Just
Yes,
will match
yeah.
the where condition directly. But when you use inner join or join keywords, we cannot use directly where condition actually. On class or using class you have to use. And finally, we will go for where clause. In between that, you cannot use where clauses.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Yes. Yes.
And see here, left outer join, what it does, right? Left outer join means full set of full records from A set and matching records from B set. That is what left outer join. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. This is the result set. For your understanding, I'm telling you, 2 times will not return actually. Only 1 time it will return. Duplicate. If it is returns duplicate records, right? So matching records from the B set and full records from A set. That is what requirement here. Okay.
Yeah.
Right outer join. Right outer join. Matching records from table and full records from next set, B set. This is what right outer join. Again, full outer join. Full outer join 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the records we get full outer join. That means it combines all the records actually. Okay. Clear, guys?
I have a question for the right outer join. So in the right outer join, first it will give you all the right side values and the join
Matching.
values.
matching records and matching records from the left table, full records from the
And
right table.
then
See,
it should be
the
4,
order,
5,
right?
4, 5,
See,
6, 7, 8.
listen, Ram here. Order is
Okay.
will not follow the similar same always actually based on that plan, right? Oracle plan internally it will change automatically. It will not give always the same. You don't expect the same thing always actually.
Okay.
Oracle plan will change. It always changes that one actually based on performance. It will return that result set. Okay.
Okay.
You want order and all those things, you have to write order by clause and then proper. For example, if you know something, I need this particular order only always. Okay, then you have to write order by. Okay.
And I got that point, but here, if you see the left outer join, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 5. And if at the right outer join, it says
4, 5 will not return couple of 2 times actually here. Just I am saying for understanding purpose only. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Matching records from left table, full records from right table. That's what I mentioned there actually. So for understanding purpose, I mentioned there, but ideally we'll not get 4, 5 and again 4, 5.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Got it, right? Here
Yes.
also right out and also 4, 5 matching records and 6, 7, 8 from B set actually. 1, 2, 3 skipping here. You understand, right?
Yes.
And full outer join also same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because matching records 2 times will not return. Only matching set will return. That's all. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Just remember this concept. We'll write more queries on joins tomorrow. If you understand joins, almost you are good at SQL select queries actually. Okay. Then we have subqueries. One concept subqueries we have actually. Subquery. No, I don't want to tell. If I tell that one, it might be confused. Okay. So any doubts so far?
No.
Anyone have any questions? Please speak out if you have any questions. I hope everyone is getting understand clearly. Can we stop here?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I hope everyone installed the Oracle, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just start practicing. When you start practicing, definitely you'll get a lot of questions. Ask them in the next class. Clear?
Okay.
Okay, let's stop here. Have a good night, guys.
Okay, good night.
Good night.